Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another coffee rant with Dano and Frank, the bald eagle here. Tonight we are drinking 8 o'clock coffee. If you have to hit pause on this video to get your coffee together, have coffee with us or whatever beverage you deem necessary, as this will be a lengthy discussion. Guys, we have food shortages we have to talk about, and we have some pretty heavy price increases we need to talk about as well. We knew this was going to happen. We had talked about it on the channel for months, that near the end of the year there were going to be some things that went up heavily in price that we were going to see some major shortages on. These things kind of go hand in hand. The biggest one right now seems to be rice. Now, I know a lot of people are going to leave in comments, we have plenty of rice. We got plenty of rice around here, and we haven't seen many price increases. Some, more like at like Kroger and Meijer and even Walmart, but like Sam's Club, Costco, they're not selling as much. They're only getting a few different brands now, but the prices have been the same. Now, I don't know if that's the same all around the country, but one other thing that, we need to kind of talk about is the more and more that this affects, right, like the export bans, and it's not just India. There are export bans in some other places as well. Thailand, there's a bit of an export ban. I hear it's not as major as like the India, but the thing is all these things have a domino effect, a trickle effect that kind of come down to us. I know a lot of people will say, well, we don't eat a lot of the kind of rice in India and Thailand and some of the ones they make and all that stuff. But the thing is that supply and demand can really raise the price. If for what we're making here in America, in the United States, they're going to sell off to the highest bidder. And if rice in your diet is part of your diet and you need rice for, whatever reason, people will pay more money for it. And that, for the sellers, they're going to sell to the highest bidder, unfortunately. Now, one could say we should have an export ban on some of our rice. I don't think that would ever happen. It's always going to be sold to the highest bidder. Plus, rules are different from country to country. So, we'll have to see what happens with that. But this is one of the things that we had talked about, that not only was there going to be a major shortage, but the prices were going to start to go up. We haven't seen a shortage. We haven't seen prices go up here in Cincinnati, Ohio, but we are starting to get comments that there have been shortages of rice across the country. One of the biggest ones being California. Got a few comments from California, some of our longtime viewers that have said a lot of these stores have been very low on rice and meat. Okay, somebody also mentioned out in California, we've gotten a couple comments when I did that Sam's Club, the video at Sam's Club the other day, that your Sam's Club has been very low on meat. We've seen our Sam's Club very low on meat as well. And you can see from some of the different, from us shopping through Sam's Club, how low a lot of that stuff was. I didn't mention it in the video, but it's significantly low. And this is another big one that we knew was going to happen toward 2024. Everything everybody was saying, all the articles we were going over, everything else, we've been talking about this for months. So the prices have gone up. Hopefully it's leveled off some, but I have a feeling it's going to go up even more. So you find sales on your favorite meat. If you have some extra freezer space, make sure you are stocking up. Because, yeah, when you go into Sam's Club and you see one or, we saw the one thing of ribeyes, it's random. It's random things, but a lot of, they don't have near as much fish as they used to. The chicken is not packed like it always is. But, we've gotten a lot of comments on different meats that have gone through the roof. We've also gotten some comments on some really good sales on meat. And I think that could be because some stores are trying to push it out to get rid of what they have. Maybe they weren't selling it and they're just trying to make money on it. I think that's what a lot of the problem is right now, is these stores, they're charging so much on meat, nobody's buying it. Nobody's buying it. You have to get rid of it. You can't just toss it all. So we're finding a lot of good deals. A viewer of ours had sent me an email about Save-A-Lot. I need to get to Save-A-Lot. I know Save-A-Lot can have some really good deals, but it was like $1.99 a pound for some hamburger. I'm like, I haven't seen that since Meijer did it, like the beginning of summer. And I don't even know, it might have been even way before that. It's been a while since Meijer's done that, but that's usually what happens, is they're getting ready to throw it away. They have tons and tons and tons, and then they mark it down to an unbelievable price, right? Because they're getting ready to throw it away. Also, make sure you check the dates on those when you find them for those kind of prices, because it may be something where it's going to expire soon and you may want to freeze it. At 8 o'clock, coffee's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's a nice dinner coffee. It's smooth. Um, but, things we're going to have to watch out for in 2024, guys. Wheat and grains. This is becoming a big issue. We're getting a lot of comments. People not finding cereal again. Different breads, different pastas. Guys, we're seeing pasta get shrunk in every store I visit. Tomorrow, I go to Walmart. I went to Walmart earlier. That video will be out tomorrow morning, 8:30 Eastern Time. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe right now so you don't miss that video, because we're seeing places like Walmart condense things down to almost nothing. Nothing. I kind of made a joke about their spaghetti because they have spaghetti. And it's actually the most spaghetti I've seen in Walmart in a while. But the aisle, it's like so thin. Like, I mean, that stuff could be gone in a day. The cremette spaghetti, there was a few boxes. And the other one, what is it? I'm drawing a blank. Barilla. They had a ton of it, but Barilla's expensive. People are going to always buy the cheapest one first. I like Barilla spaghetti, but yeah, I like Great Value spaghetti too. Most of you guys know we get the one at Sam's Club, which I didn't check the other day when I was at Sam's Club to see if they had any of those. Apparently a lot of Sam's Club are still missing their pasta. That pasta, 6-pack of pasta for $5.48. I mean, it's a good deal. We're starting to see a lot of frozen items that I've noticed over this last week go up in price. Saw a lot of that at Sam's Club. We saw where the butter, the 4 pounds of butter has gone up like $1.80. It was $12.78 and now it's 14 something. We've been seeing butter go up everywhere. Excuse me. But, at the same time, we're seeing a lot of these different things. Also, I didn't point it out at Walmart, but their egg prices are still the same. Still $1.90 for a 12 count and $9.22 for a 60 count. So it's been almost 2 weeks now where it hasn't gone up in price. So hopefully we kind of see it flatline, right? Maybe come down at some point. Hopefully it doesn't go up any higher. I know with the bird flu and all that stuff that has caused egg prices to go through the roof again, not like it did back in April. So let's hope that is the case and that it's starting to come down again. Hopefully that's cooling off. I don't really know though. They're not really, there's not much explanation on it. Only the millions of birds that they've called to get things in order, I guess, with the flu and all that. Excuse me. But guys, we need to pay attention to all of these things. We need to pay attention to some of the different things like at Walmart. I know we have a lot of Walmart grocery shoppers on the channel here, but we really do have to start doing the price comparisons on if it's a better deal or not, right? We're seeing canned goods at Walmart go up pretty significantly. Still a little cheaper on the regular price than a lot of other places, but I think we're going to start to see some more heavy price increases. Because usually Walmart, over the last month or so, we've seen everything go up. Everything. It hasn't been much. But once they raise that level of everything, that's when Walmart will start, you'll see this go up, and a frozen item go up. And we'll start seeing, like, specific numbers. I don't know, if you've been on the channel for a while, you'll see where I've broken down, like, some of the different Walmart pricings. Like, for the longest time there, we would see frozen products that were $3.98 go up to $4.24. And it was $4.24 everywhere. It was like everything that was $3.98 was going up to $4.24. It's like they didn't care what it was, or the contract, or anything. So I don't know. Is that Walmart? Probably. Are they making up from the back end of what they had to spend from the manufacturer? That could be too. There's no rhyme or reason these days, guys. Wow, I can't talk today. But, these are the things we need to pay attention to as we're shopping for food. We need to make sure that we're stocking up. We're not seeing the sales that we have seen in the past. We're not. I mean, it's the buy 5 or more deal is back at Kroger, and I was not impressed. But, I'm thinking back a year or two ago when it was an amazing deal. Still a deal, not as good as it was before. So as far as food shortages go, continue to leave us your comments on things that you are seeing not showing up in the stores. We're still getting comments on salt, sugar, all the things that we've been getting comments before. It continues to be an issue. I did see 10-pound bags of sugar back at Walmart earlier. So it was good to see that. They are still $7.68 though, $3.24 for the 4-pound bags. But these are the things. Some of the things that you see, when you're in and out of the stores, and you guys know that if you're in your regular store, you're used to seeing a certain item all the time. And when that item disappears or starts getting spread out over an entire aisle, you start to wonder, like, what disappeared here? Right? Because stores are putting the stuff that is mostly bought front of the line, right? You'll see things like different brands disappear. Well, this is kind of what I wanted to talk about here for a second with Walmart, is Walmart doesn't mess around when it comes to things that aren't selling and you have space for things. They will discontinue the product. They will get rid of it. Walmart must not sell a lot of ice cream around here, because I keep seeing ice cream disappear. Like, not like the fancy lollipops or the kitty pops or Snicker ice cream bars or those kind of things. Those are there, but a lot of the like half gallons of ice cream and stuff, they're virtually gone. They're virtually gone. I don't know if some of them they don't even sell. I saw 2 little aisle things of homemade. Now, it's been like that for a while, but I'm just, they never have the one I want. So, homemade peanut butter. Homemade peanut butter chip is made by United Dairy Farmers right here out of Cincinnati, Ohio. So if you get the homemade brand ice cream, that is something that you're taking home that is right down the street from us. We love UDF ice cream. Homemade is their premium brand. Peanut butter chip is amazing, and Walmart is the cheapest on it, but they haven't had it. They got like vanilla and chocolate and mint chocolate chip, which that one's pretty good too. The biggest thing is that it's cheap. It's cheap. Walmart will not sell a product that they don't believe people are going to pay. That, like, if it's close to Kroger and it's at our Walmart, they won't sell it unless they get it for the right price, right? We see places around here that do local business, like places like Target, even Walmart. They're not going to sell butternut bread for $3.79 like Kroger does, or $3.29 for the smaller one. Not going to happen. It's going to be way cheaper than that, because they won't sell it if it's close to what Kroger's price is. Anyway, kind of going off track here. I just like to push these little points out here. But guys, we need to make sure that we're stocking up on the things that we can afford in our budget. 2024 is a couple days away. Hopefully everybody is having a great weekend. These things are happening, guys. They are happening. It's over for the good prices. I feel like it is just, we're over the hill on the prices that we have seen over the last year, and I think it's going to only go up from here. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because, and we hear different things going on too, with wage increases and stuff like that. Look at what happened to Pizza Hut out in California. I don't know if you guys heard this, but 1,200 Pizza Huts? 1,200 Pizza Huts or 1,200 employees. I saw it on a little news clip. The Pizza Hut, I guess, was forced to raise the hourly pay for Pizza Hut drivers to $20 an hour. Right? I mean, that's pretty good for a pizza driver. I mean, that might be too good, but because you're getting tips and all that stuff too. Plus you get like the gas fee and all that stuff. So, but I think it was 1,200 people that lost their jobs overnight because Pizza Hut didn't want to pay the $20 an hour. We got these price wages going up. That's going to create more price increases at the grocery stores. So make sure you are aware of that. I'll tell you, and thank you. Somebody had mentioned that in the comments too. Thank you for that. And someone sent me an email. It's kind of all over the place. I saw it on TV, but it's crazy. We got minimum wage going up here in Ohio. That's going to cause more price increases. I am batting down I'm getting ready to make sure that we are checking out everything. We are going to check out everything. We're going to make sure that we're saving you as much money as possible as we go along. We have things that are in motion, guys. We have things. I think that deal with Albertsons and Kroger is about to close. I think it's supposed to happen here, I think, soon. And if Safeway travels behind that, we'll just have to see. That's kind of hush-hush. You try to look things up on it. One person says one thing, another person says another thing. Some things were canceled with it. It's all logistics at this point. But it does look like Kroger is going to take it over. So, I knew they would. I mean, I knew this. People were saying, well, no, they'll take it to court and all this stuff. Well, yeah, but the willingness of the sale is the knowing that the sale is going to happen. Right now, I know originally they said this is going to be 2025. I think it's happening in February of 2024. Let me know down in the comments if I am mistaken, but I do feel like that is the date. So if you shop Albertsons, I would buy up some of your favorite things as we go along here. Now, I don't think Kroger is going to hostile takeover here of Albertsons. I think they're going to still keep, Albertsons has always been known for their produce, meat quality. You pay a little bit more, but you get the quality. Kind of like Publix. Publix down south, you pay a little bit more, but you get the quality. Kind of like Meijer. Although I feel like Meier's quality, the meat quality is good, but I feel like the produce quality isn't as good as it's been in the past. And that could just be because nothing has been that good. Let me ask you guys something. I know we've talked about this before, but a lot of these fruits that I'm getting, at least, they're like tasteless. Tasteless. Every apple that I've gotten, if I get a single apple or something from Meijer when I go on Monday or something, it's even a Granny Smith apple. I was like, I want a Granny Smith apple. Mostly because I've gotten a couple from Meijer and they just haven't tasted that good. I noticed this at Kroger a couple months ago. But it's no flavor. So I get the ones at Aldi because they have flavor. They're good. But if I'm out of them and I need a snack, and I'm doing a video for you guys, I like to snack on an apple, there's been no taste. There's been no taste. Something else too, if you remember back when we were showing, Meijer had a crazy good deal on those 99-cent raspberries. Well, I think I know why they were 99 cents. Those were tasteless as well. And I know it wasn't the whatchamacallit because, it's I could smell everything else. Okay. Smell the soap. Smells good. And actually, yes, we have Jessica has some pine tree soap in the bathroom right now. Actually, it smells really good. It's not overly pine. We got a really good deal on the Bath & Body Works soaps. They were $2. And, yeah, great deal. We are definitely soap snobs in our home here. We like good smelling soap, especially when we get it for that cheap. Guys, continue to keep your head on a swivel. We got events going on all around the country here, too, that all around the world that are leaning everything toward not only prices going up, but, hopefully, we can keep the big events at bay, things that, just want to make sure you're stocking up on food. Make sure you have some prepping items. Make sure you have batteries. Make sure you have lights, in case the power ever goes out, in case we have some events. It's wintertime, things happen. Our power flickered the other day. It didn't go out. But it was a bad rainstorm. I don't know if you remember, I was doing a video and it was a bad rainstorm. Yeah, the power had flickered right after I got done doing the video. And I was like, whew, at least it waited until after that because that would have messed me all up. But, yeah, we need to make sure that we, more than ever, that we are stocking up on these sales as we come across them. Because you know what? It's only going to get worse. I don't see it getting any better. We will find good deals. We will still continue to find good deals, but it's getting harder and harder to do that. And you look back. I have a few of our viewers on here that have been watching my older videos from a couple years ago. Look at what the prices are now. Look at what the prices are now from just a year ago. My goodness, I was looking through back some of my video clips, and it's just, and I know this, I know what's been going on, as we go along here, but I was just like, my goodness, that is crazy. And we're talking about, people had left a lot of comments on the minimum wage thing and all that stuff that we were talking about. Nobody can survive on $10.45 an hour. And if you can, more power to you. That's not, and some of our viewers out in California were saying even $20 an hour, you can't survive out there. One of our viewers said something about her son in a studio apartment that can't even afford to eat after he pays his rent. Guys, we need to fix these problems, and these problems start from within. We need to make sure that we are, it starts with everything. First, it starts with our people, with our families and friends and everyone. We need to make sure that we have not only livable wages, but these prices have to come down at the same time. How do we do that? That's a tough question these days. 10 years ago, I might have had some answers, but now it's just focus on what you can focus on. And is this how it's supposed to be? Is this what we're turning into? Is this the way the world is going, to where we constantly have to focus, have to constantly focus on how are we going to get our bills paid, or knowing that we get our bills paid, right? Because that's the important thing. You get your bills paid. Everything else, eat, I guess, right? You got to make sure you can eat. And then everything else after that, hopefully you can put a little bit away. $10.45 an hour, you ain't going to be able to do that. And is that going to raise price? Of course, everybody was nailing that one. Everybody was saying that's just going to cause more price increases. Yeah, I didn't talk about that, but I couldn't agree more. It definitely is, and I would brace for impact, guys. We are going to keep you in the know of all of this stuff going on, all the price increases, all the food. I feel like I'm missing some of the shortages I was going to talk about tonight. That's why I should write stuff down. I usually do, but I've been really busy today, so I don't know. We'll go into that maybe more in our coffee rant tomorrow or the next day. But guys, like I said, we just got to make sure that we are paying attention to everything. As much as I hate to say, watch the news, you probably should. With a lot of the things going on around the world right now, we need to make sure that we're paying attention to some of these itchy trigger fingers. We want to make sure that, anything that ever happens, you got enough time to maybe shout out a prayer and tell your family you love them. And hopefully, knock on wood, that never happens. But I'm just saying, like, all this stuff going on, and all you hear are these different things. I'm not going to talk about them, but, with the different conflicts going on, I feel like at any given time, this is just going to erupt into a complete, hopefully not a world war, if we're not there already. And I don't like really talking too much about these things, but I do want to make sure that people are at least in the know of what at least we know, okay? And I know that's very vague, but at the same time, this is another reason why we say we need to make sure that we're prepared for, anything. Keep some cash on you. If you have extra, have a safe, keep some cash. Try to keep, a good amount of money out of the banks. And I'm just saying, and do that however you want. But you know what? With all of these different cyber things going on and all this different talk on things and things with banks and all this other stuff, you may want to look at this. Is not stuff that I'm going to preach on throughout a video here, but this is something that in your free time, you may want to look up some of the different things that have been going on. I will stick to the food recalls, which there was another food recall in Canada. Some about the cheese. I can't remember the name of it. I just saw it right before I started to do this video. It's like some Gonzaga, not Gonzaga. It's made by Igor, Igor, but there was a recall on that cheese. It kind of looks like blue cheese for listeria. So I don't know. We'll have to look into all that. Just wanted to talk a couple of this is stuff you guys have been talking about on the channel here. I'm just relaying the message so that everybody knows. But yeah, so some of the usuals, salt, sugar, these kind of things still in short supply. We may see more price increases as we go along too. We are seeing some okay deals on things at Kroger though. I don't want to, before we leave here, I wanted to, there are some good things that we always get comments on, like that instant oatmeal. $1.49 on a digital coupon this week. That is a good deal. Also, please, that is not the granola. That is not the granola bars. The oatmeal and the oats, that is not the Quaker granola bars. That is a whole different thing. That is the recall. Kroger and everywhere else has taken those down, so you don't have to send me emails on that. It's not the oats. It is the Quaker oatmeal. A lot of people were putting comments and sending me emails on that. It's not the oats. I actually mentioned that in the Kroger video, but you may not have seen that yet. But if you missed the Kroger video, make sure you check back a day here. We did that video yesterday, and there are some okay deals. Jif peanut butter, $1.99 for a 16-ounce jar. That's pretty good. Progresso soups, $1.49 on the buy 5 or more, save $1 each deal. So those are all $1 off. It's a good deal. Time to stock up on those things. A lot of people that can't cook, I always encourage cooking for yourself and cooking, but if you can't, if you're handicapped, there's a lot of people that can't. There's a lot of people that can't. That's why we point out the microwave meals and all these different things and different canned goods. This is the opportunity. $1.49 a can, and probably try to work that out with delivery if you have to have that delivered to you. Let's see, not too much more at Kroger. We'll be going back to Kroger the day after, the start of the next sales week to see, because they'll still have the buy 5 or more deal going, but they're expected to have a lot more digital coupons, which I know a lot of people hate them, but it's the only way we can really save these days, guys. And I'll tell you what, I will save any way we can, because I think that it's coming. I think that it's going to get a lot worse at the beginning of winter here. I kind of feel, because we've been hearing rumors that the beef may kind of level out at the beginning of summer, and maybe that'll help drop some of the prices. But until then, we only expect to see prices go up on beef, chicken, pork. Everything's going to be going up when it comes to meats, produce that is even out of season is out of control. I mean, it's like, I don't know. That stuff's just going to sit there. Like I said in the other video, $5.49 for a pint of blueberries is absolutely insane. I hope they sit there. Just throw them away, or wait till you're about ready to and sell them all for $1, because that's what people are waiting for, I guess. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Stay safe, stay prepped, never give up the fight. Have a great night.